Welcome back and thanks for staying here. So we'll be having this conversation concerning based on the outbursts between Wike and a naval officer. And my question was that, how do we relate with military officers who are only obligated to reply and obey the command of their boss in a democracy? So when in a democracy, I feel like democracy is the rule of the people, by the people, we can talk. But we inherited democracy after being in under the military for a very long time with an empowered military. And because of insecurity in Nigeria, we are sort of like, we have militarized our democracy. Everywhere you go, you see, like it's happening. So how do we now manage the military in a democracy?
Okay, managing the military in the democracy, there are so many ways. We need to know what their function is, and are they supposed to be part of us, or are they supposed to be part of the community? We're supposed to know what their rules and regulations and what they are supposed to do for the society if they are going to mingle around us. Me, I've been a victim. It's because this one is just because he faced Nyesom Wike, and a lot of people have personal whatever with the FCT minister because of the way he acts and everything. But personally, a lot of people have personal experience with the military. Me personally, I've had one with the military. There was a time we were on the road and they came because there was no road. The place was very narrow for them to pass. They just came with their truck and then they just removed my entire bumper from the front. They didn't turn back. They didn't say anything. They just went forward. I've seen an instance where they hit somebody. They hit somebody. They didn't stop. When they were now stopped in front, they came out and they beat the person that stopped them. So there are so many. So at the military now, I even have a question. Are they supposed to be around us? Are we supposed to be seeing them anyhow? Just the way, just the way we see our police around. Are we supposed to be seeing our military anyhow? And I bet you that land that Nyesom, like I said, from the story I heard, they oppressed somebody. And the person went and reported to the FCT minister. That was why he came there. It's just that he's just somebody that can't manage his emotions and can't manage things. That's why it escalated to the level where it is. But the military, to a large extent, have been oppressing a lot of citizens. And we have not been able to find a way to manage, because we are running a democracy, and then the military, we have not been able to balance these two. But I am telling you, a lot of times they oppress a lot of us. So many instances, I have so many stories.
Are we going?
Honestly, the matter is the matter. But we're still going to continue the conversation. We'll be cutting off to join a live broadcast on the health sector. This is a joint annual review holding in Transcorp Center, Abuja. Viewers can continue watching the show by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. We're also still on YouTube anyway. So,
all right. So I just want to say that it's so sad that we live in a climate, especially in Nigeria, that the military that is seen as a symbol of protection, in the sense that they protect the sovereignty of a nation. You know, then growing up, when my mommy says, the military are around, you should be scared because you are like, are they people trying to bomb Nigeria? Are people trying to threaten the country? But nowadays, like you said, you see the military guarding land. They have no business. I'm sorry, the former Chief of Naval Staff have no business using the military to guard land. When Trump has told us that he's bringing air strikes, our military should be out there trying to protect the sovereignty of the country. My mom was traveling to it because, you know, her mother does not want to use flights. She was traveling to there and I was scared because of our roads are not safe. Our roads are not secured. Things are not working well as regards to security for us. So it's really sad to see the military being used for personal interest. Whether we like it or not, they are being used for personal interest. You did not like the fact that your land was revoked. Instead of you to take it to the court, instead you decided to bring in the people that you've worked with, the military men, to come and guard the land, to sit down there when they're supposed to be guarding the country in general.
Be careful, it's the personal interest I mentioned now that they say
no, they come from me.
Let me take Abiodun. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hey, did not do research.
Abiodun has called us from a bad door. Please listen to us, not to the TV.
Oh no.
Hello, Abiodun, are you there?
Oh no.
So, all right.
Yes, so the military works with a strong hierarchical system, right? They take their orders directly and there's no break in transmission when it comes to their orders. It has to flow and everybody must obey. They call it obey the last order. For us to be able to get things done when it concerns the military, it also depends on how, so far, you know, we've had military rule, and then the fact that our institution is done in such a way that there are certain armed forces that really have strength. And when it comes to, when you're talking about those armed forces, it's the military that they have the power. The way the structure is, it's not something you can just, you know, use democracy to just, okay, let us agree and all of that. They follow authority. So to get things done so that they are on our side is to go through their hierarchy, is to go through the top. And that's why I faulted Wike that he knew the right thing to do. When he went there to see for himself, he could have just gone back. He didn't need to start exchanging words with the young man. Okay, this is what you are doing here. You will not allow me access to come in. Okay, that's fine. I'll see you in court. You go through the right channels. You go through the rule of law. You use the courts. But we are still in a country where many people don't obey the rule of law, especially those who feel they have certain privilege. So we are fighting the war on all corners because even we ourselves that are fighting the war, we don't obey. So you set a precedent of not obeying. Other people that are looking at you will say, okay, what's the worst you can do? Did they not call you to come to the courts? Did you go? Did you respond? So everybody, and that's what leadership is about. You must lead by examples so that when you are instituting the systems, everything must fall in line, because people see that even the system can catch you as a leader and there's nothing you can do about it. The system supersedes. That's the only way we can get the military to work in sync with us. But you as an individual, because they will see you as a civilian. If you're not wearing uniform, you're a civilian.
Honestly, I love the way you brought the solution. We need to strengthen our systems. When we strengthen our systems, we're not fighting any battle personally anymore. The system fights for us. Right now, sometimes we feel like we need to fight ourselves. That's why the Minister of FCT had to show up personally to take possession, because our system is not strong enough to fight for us. So we need to strengthen the system. We need to reduce indiscipline and impunity at every corner of the country and strengthen our system as much as possible. And it will start from our leaders obeying the rule of law. Don't blow siren. Leaders should not follow one way. There are little things that count. But concerning the specific situation of the Minister of FCT, Wike, as well as this naval officer, on this show we have said, two wrongs cannot make it right, and both in this case were wrong. At the end of the day, I would like to see how this is resolved, because to set precedents for the future so that we don't have this kind of thing happen again. We'll take a break right now, and when we return, we'll continue with another segment of the show. Stay with us, we'll be right back.